Have you ever had your check engine light come on and you think, darn, okay, what could that be? You maybe get curious about it and you hope that you can get to where you need to go. If it's a check engine light, it's usually pretty general, right? The low fuel gauge is pretty clear. You need to get some more fuel. But that check engine light's usually vague, and until you can run diagnostics on it, you really don't know what the cause or the problem is for the check engine light. I mean, it literally could be anything, right? If you have an engine and it's a system, so there's a lot of different things going on for the system. Well, I recall when I was working with someone and they were telling me this story about how their check engine light had been on for a while and they neglected it. And then they get out when their car is no longer running and they kick their tires. And we were laughing about this because I said, oh, was it the tire? I mean, with low tire pressure? Like, no, the tires were fine, but they kicked the tires. It's like the wrong target. That's the wrong reason, right? The tires were actually doing well. That's an indicator that there was one thing that was doing well. So think of this like your business. Our businesses, our bodies, our vehicles, they are systems. And there are checks and balances. The check engine light is conveniently there to let us know that something's off. If we're not doing regular maintenance and we're not keeping up with that, it's going to be probably a bigger issue than maybe just a simple, quick fix. And I think this is such a perfect analogy for our businesses because I've seen businesses, and I'm thinking one person in particular who came to me a couple of years into creating a very successful, or what would have been a very successful business, with a partner who had been embezzling. And when I was unpacking this with them for a bit, there were definitely indicators that there was a situation prior that was not handled. So there was a light that came on and that they didn't take things down further and run a thorough diagnostics. Along with that, they weren't running and keeping track of things that were going well so that they could dial in where and also see more readily what's out. I think this is something that's really important and overlooked by a lot of business owners. If you don't have the understanding of the systems, and remember, your business is a system, and there may be systems within those systems, but with that, there are ways to diagnose. And it's not just diagnosing what's going wrong, it's to really differentiate and look at what's going right. Because you don't want to destroy something that's going right and that is actually doing well, right? We want to look at that and be able to differentiate. And you want to be able to be clear enough on the system so that when the out point or the red flag comes up or the check engine light comes on, you're able to go through and run a diagnostics on it and get to the exact situation that's making the system fail or be diminished in its performance. I think this is something that is vitally important for every business owner, for every leader, whatever the size of the business is. And this is something that I really love helping my clients with. So if you're a business owner and you need help getting clarity on what diagnostics and how to run them, or maybe you have just not taken care of some things and the check engine light is on, book a time on my calendar, go to stefana.net, and I'm happy to spend 15 minutes with you and give you at least one specific takeaway that you can use immediately.